Thank you for the opportunity to talk about our work, which was done last year for estimating the size of population of men who have sex with men in Georgia. Here I'm talking about the TUPDC estimates, not the whole nation country estimates. This work has been done with a joint collaboration between University of California, the Global Health Science, the Regional Knowledge Hub based in Iran, and the in-country organization of Croatia International Foundation, TUPDC. This study was funded by the Global Fund, and obviously I have no conflict of interest to declare. Talking about the size estimation, it's one of the most critical information we needed for estimate to see how many people we are going to target. And it's a very critical information to calculate the most critical global accepted indicators to assess the epidemic and to assess the coverage of programs. The challenge is how to accurately measure this important number. There are several methods proposed, but in different settings, different estimates, even done by the same time, produce a wide range of estimates, which at the policy level, you don't know which number you should get and which one you should go with. Let's go to Georgia, talk about the country. The country itself is populated by 4 million residents and 25% living in the capital city in Tbilisi. And the context for the HIV, the prevalence is low, but it's concentrated in the men who have sex with men, the MSM population. It has been increased from 5% in 2009 who are reported in the IPBS to 13% in 2002, which is a concern about what's going on with this population. However, the country has decriminalized the gay activity in 2000, but what's going on in the community, in the ground, it's still there is a challenge and stigma and discrimination going with this kind of activity in the country level. So counting the most affected population, MSM in the Georgia, is a challenge and is important for the policy, for the National AIDS program to go and implement and improve the services for this population. Here, I'm going to talk about one of the methods we use. We applied multiple methods to estimate, but one of them is a modified capture-recapture method that was first proposed by Dombrowski, who has been done this method in 2010 among methadone users in New York. Basically, the capture-recapture is it's kind of size estimation method that needs 2 rounds of the survey. That in the first round, you go and count the people, you tag them. In the second round, when you go to the population, they have to be mixed. And when you get the number, you count the you count the matches between the two. And having these numbers, you can estimate the things. The problem is that targeting a hidden, hard to reach population like MSM is a challenge when you want actually to do in the 2 rounds. So the modified capture-recapture is something that when you go to them and you ask about what is their information, you also ask about what is the context, what are the contexts of them. So if you approach 200 MSM, you ask about what are the contexts, and if you count them as a second round, then you can finish this capture-recapture in just 1 round. This is the modified capture-recapture. However, here the method that we used to recruit the samples is responsive sampling, and we ask every person in the study that what is your telephone code, and the telephone code is the last digit of your phone number. And we ask it because we want to have it we want to have it as secure and confidential information, because asking about exact name, exact telephone number is in this setting is not possible, and you're having some problem with the confidentiality of this information. So we come up with this idea that we want to have a unique code for each participant, but we don't want to have it as very precise that anybody can locate and identify those populations. In this study, we recruited 210 MSM from age 18 and more. We recruited in the study, we asked the unique code from each person, and from their contacts in their phone that we asked to choose 5 of them randomly and report their Unicode also to us. And having the contacts Unicode from them and having the unique contacts from the contacts reported, we have 2 rounds of survey, and calculating the match between them, we have enough information to do the capture-recapture estimates for this. This is the method we use. And according to, so for example, the first one on the left is the person who is short, who is weighing about 100 kilograms, who has the hair dark, and the nationality is Georgian, and the last digit codes of her phone is 3563. Transforming this to a Unicode for the study, you have this person as a mixed code of LHL, EESODH, which assumed to be a Unicode for that person. So if we go through the study, we collect this kind of information. We have the Unicode of each participant. We also ask about their contacts. Each reported 5 contacts randomly selected among their contacts. And these codes, when you match them, you will have the information of the match and the first and the second, you can calculate the estimates. If you do this, and we did, we came up with 205 reported this Unicode. They have reported 770 information from their contacts. And the match number between these 2 information was 36. Using the calculation of the capture-recapture estimators, we came up to a number of, estimated number of MSM in the TUPDC, about 4,300 cases, with a confidence of 3,100 to 5,600 cases. Comparing these results to the other methods that we apply, they are similar and they are comparable in the range of the estimates that we use for, we estimated for this MSM in TUPDC. So this number contributes to 1.2% of the adult population of men in the TUPDC to be MSM, with a confidence of 0.9 to 1.6% of the adult population, male population in TUPDC in Georgia in 2014. So the conclusion here is that this method, which just required 1 round of a survey, is easily could be integrated into the ongoing surveys that are cross-sectional surveys, and you're going to them 1 time at a time. There is something going with the assumptions with the capture-recapture, which is you should have a closed population, you should do it rapidly, the population should have a random mixture of being in that area at the same time of the study, and the probability of being in the study should be equal to the population, which is not the case in most, is very often. This study, which 1 round, could address some of these limitations for the capture-recapture, and but I would say response-driven sampling is a sampling frame would underestimate this capture-recapture estimates, because in the response-driven sampling, to be in the study, you have to have enough contacts to other population, which leads to a more match between the contacts and your code. And so you are underestimating using in this study, this method within an RDS survey. In conclusion, I would say estimating the size, it's hard to do, but whenever you're going to do, it's challenging. Whenever you do, I think I propose to do it in multiple ways to come up with a range, an acceptable plausible range. And with it, it's feasible even in developing settings. Thank you.